Hello friends! In this video I want to share with you another sketchbook tour. This is the sketchbook number 3 and this is like the third or fourth time I try to record this video, because the first time half of this sketchbook tour was recorded vertically, but I needed to be horizontally. I had to retake half of the sketchbook tour like 4 times, and I hope this is the good one. You will see some things will change at a certain point, because the plant that I have here is not the same. That one died in the meantime, and yes, I think we can start this sketchbook tour. On the cover of this book I have this artwork that I printed myself because I was broke and I could not buy this print from this artist. This piece is from Happy the artist. I really enjoy her art, but at the time I didn't have enough money to buy some prints from her, so I'm a bit ashamed, but I saved a screenshot and stick it on my sketchbook. Recently, since my job is going well, I purchased from her a big print and I'm really happy with it. It's very beautiful. So now I feel a bit better. Yes, okay. I think I said everything. We can start. I don't remember what brand this is, and I didn't take note of anything about the paper or stuff like that. But I started this sketchbook on July 2017 and ended it on August 2018, so almost a year. On the first page I always put some quotes because I think it's more easy on me for the first page. And here I made a Pocahontas quote. I really like this song. Can you paint with all the colors of the wind? It really resonates with me still now, after many years. And in this sketchbook, I was trying to teach myself to draw more animals, and I asked my boyfriend to make a prompt for me, so I will not have bias on what animals to draw. And lion was the first one. Then I had this animal that I don't know the English name, but I will write it somewhere. And a dragon. This one was made in watercolors, and I really enjoyed the feeling of this, especially these shadows on the legs area. Then we had rhinos. I really liked this one. I think this was the final one, and these others were a bit wonky. Then I had an octopus, but I wasn't feeling it. It came out okay, but I was not happy with it. Here I made a Pocahontas fan art. It seemed fitting since I used a quote from her songs on the first page. And this one is made with watercolors. Then, still using the animal prompt, I have orcas. I really like this page, maybe because it's just black and white, but I really enjoy especially this bottom one. This, I believe, is called a sea lion. Through this sketchbook I also started trying to teach myself some figure drawing, and I found this channel that is no longer open, that was called Corky Cafe, and they made like an hour-long videos, and the model would change every time, and in each video the model will pose initially for like 30 seconds, and then the time you had to draw gradually increased until you had like 15 minutes for the last pose. And I really enjoyed it, and you will see a lot of pages like this through the sketchbook. Here I had peacocks. I really like this one, that it's kinda rainbow. And here I think I was trying to design an OC, but I never did anything with her really. I don't have a backstory for her. But I wanted a character to draw often, and I came up with her. Then we have wolves, a snake, and a bird. I don't know what kind of bird this is, but I think I condensed some prompts in just 2 pages because maybe I wasn't feeling them, like the snake and this bird. Here's the mermaid from before. I think I posted this one on Instagram during Mermaid. And here are some more figure drawings. A lot more. Then I proceeded with penguins. I really enjoy them, they are very cute. And there are many kinds of penguins. And I try to draw the ones that I like the most, like this little one. I really like this model, and I also wrote down her name, so I would maybe find some more videos with her. This pose came out very good. I really like this one. In fact, I used this pose as a base for a drawing that is a bit far down in the sketchbook. This was a dance video where you had like 15 seconds, 30 seconds to make poses, and I just made the bone structure because it was very fast. And this is the pose that I mentioned earlier, and I really enjoyed it. I really like this lilac hair. I made a fan art of Lo from One Piece. A caged girl. I don't know where I was going with this, I don't remember. Some more figure drawings. Here I was trying to improve my style. A friend suggested me to look into famous artists that I like and try to recreate their style. So my brain will gradually pick up stuff from that kind of drawing style. And these are from Enrico Marini's work. I really like his drawing style, and I hope one day I will achieve that kind of style. Here I started Inktober, but I didn't write down any prompt, so I will try to tell you the prompts if I remember them. Silly me wanted to still practice figure drawing while doing Inktober and while going to work from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. And it didn't end up well. In fact, I have here Inktober 4, and the next Inktober is Inktober 8. I basically skipped 4 days. The prompt for this was giant, as you can tell, but I always struggle with Inktober because being forced to use only ink, I end up making just black and white stuff for a month. And so I started staining the pages with coffee to give it some color. I also stained this one with coffee. I remember doing this while waiting for the bus, and I still enjoy this one. The prompt for this one was probably Hero, and I decided to draw down Sogeking. I'm not a fan of Usopp, but when he was Sogeking, I kinda enjoyed his character. Because even though he was afraid, he still managed to stand up and fight. So I like Sogeking, but not very much Usopp. This one was Fat Cat, and I draw a cat eating lasagnas. I really enjoyed this one. I don't remember if it's like fairy or circle, but I made a fairy circle with mushrooms, and I like this idea. This was probably something with soft or cloud, and I tried to smudge some pencil, I think. If you're familiar with the Legend of Aang, you probably recognize this one. The prompt for this page was probably quench or quenchy, because this was when they get stuck in the desert and they find cacti and they open them and drink the inside, and Sokka starts like to see unicorns and weird stuff. So yes, I this is probably why I made this. This was probably eyes, and I don't know if you can tell, but I used a sparkly pen on top of the iris, and I really enjoyed the effect. So this was the final Inktober, and the prompt was probably mask. So I decided to give this girl a bird skull as a mask, and I really enjoy the line art on this. Maybe because I just used line art for a month straight, I got a bit better, and this came out nicer than the others. Right after I finished Inktober, I was craving colors, and I used the boldest red I could find and made this little sketch. And I started again with figure drawing practice. This I really like. I really enjoy the background with coffee, and the white highlights are made with the Sakura Jelly Roll pen that I still have, and yeah, I really enjoy this tone paper look. I remember being very happy with this one. If you notice, I was like on a coffee stroll. I had a coffee period, but I really enjoy the look of it, and this one is very nice. This is an OC I created for a roleplay game based on One Piece, and she didn't have a name, but recently I modified her and other three OCs that will come in a bit, and I gave them names and an actual backstory, and I also changed a bit of their appearance. But at the time, she was meant to be a musician, and I was hoping through the game get her the Gura Gura no Mi, devil fruit that White Bird has, so she would use music and earthquakes. I thought that was kind of badass. So yeah, but I redesigned her so she will look very different from this. If you're interested, it should be already on my channel, so you can take a look. More figure drawings, and here I was designing plushies because at some point I wanted to start making plushies, and I used this as like a concept sketch for my Perona cosplay. I actually made this, but the fun part is it was also a bag. I put a zipper down his back with a little pouch on the inside, and every time I would open up his bag at the con, people would freak out because it was very strange for me to open up a plushie and take out a water bottle. It was a very fun day and a very fun project. More plushies, and here I was starting to design another OC. This was her final appearance, and I made a proper one here. Her name was Cora. Well, it's still, her name is Cora. I didn't change her name, but I changed her looks a bit. She now has darker hair, and her powers are to like see in the future. These are some tests to see which one I liked the best, and I ended up with this one. Here we have other figure drawings, and there she is in her final form. She is the one that got the least amount of changes. I basically just changed her hairstyle. I gave her a wolf cut, but for the most part it stayed very close to this one. And here I have a geisha that I made with watercolors and colored pencils. I think here I got a golden pen that I wanted to use, so I made this elf with golden leaf and armor. A fairy and more studies of Enrico Marini style, but this was not coming out as I wanted, so at some point I gave up and I never tried that again. Here I was trying to design a character for a One Piece themed contest that we had to submit what we think Green Bull will be in the animated version. And here's the final look. Because at the time when I made this contest, Green Bull did not appear even in the manga, I believe. So there was a lot of hype around him. And I was hoping for a female admiral, but I think I was too silly to think about that. And I thought that Green Bull will have some Zoan type fruit, but it ends up not being the case. And I designed this character with animal features and an axe. This was supposed to be another OC for that roleplay on One Piece. If I remember correctly, she was supposed to be the medic of the crew, and she probably has some healing powers related to her hair. I really don't enjoy how this one came out, it's very bland. I don't know what happened here. But on this page I was trying to practice with different ethnicities. Here we have more figure drawings. And here I've drawn Korra during a martial art move. I really enjoy the flowiness of the dress. More figure drawings. I remember really enjoying this, and especially this one I really enjoyed. This is Azula from The Legend of Aang, but I didn't finish it because I think I didn't like how she was turning out. And about this page, I made a Draw This Again video and it's up on my channel. I will link somewhere on the screen. I go in detail about her story on that video, so I will not tell you now. If you're curious, go watch it. But I made this with markers, and I believe the background is made with watercolors. This was kind of like a coloring book that I got with a scroll box, and it's made for markers. In fact, it takes markers very well, and I really enjoy coloring this scene when I feel a bit uninspired. But I used it to cover the marker bleeding, so this is a portrait study. Here I was trying to design some potions for a scroll box challenge. And this quote is from Scrubs. I really enjoyed that TV series. It's one of my favorites. I actually painted this on a phone cover that I kept for a lot of time. An ink sketch. On this page I made more figure drawing practice, but it's not very clear because there's marker on the other side. But the model was curvy and she wore a mermaid tail. I don't remember what I was going for with these two. Some watercolor practice, and I turned this into a mini painting that I still have. In fact, I may actually show you. This is the mini painting and this is the practice. I think I still use watercolors, but I believe this is like mixed media because the stuff that it's over the lantern, it's not watercolor. More figure drawing sketches. Another coloring book page to cover the marker bleedings. And this piece I made after I watched a WWE match, and the wrestler was, her name was like Amber or something like that, and I really enjoyed her character. She had a very fiery aspect to her, and I wanted to capture that feeling that I got. I changed some things because I think I was going to go a bit more fantasy with this, but I really enjoy her. Some fashion drawings. Here I was trying the markers that I got from Flying Tiger. They were not bad, but they bled through the paper a lot and they didn't mix well with each other. Here I taped down an entry for Scrollbox. This one is sparkly too. There's a lot of sparkly stuff in this sketchbook. This is a quote from Supernatural. Some hand studies. I think these were Tom Hiddleston's hand. Some cats. This is one of the wish things that people make in Japan. And I wrote my wish, that was freedom. I hope the kanjis are right. But yes, I wanted to be more free with my art. Some flower studies. More flower studies. This is wisteria. I was trying to do them with watercolors, but I couldn't make them work. This is a ragdoll character. I think they were made following the same concept, but I'm not sure. This painting I made when I went to a lake and I was alone and there were birds chirping, and this really nice looking one came out. And down there I was trying to make some experiments with watercolors, and I put salt on this one. I made this when my grandpa passed away. This is an elf character. a girl I colored in with markers. I think I dreamt about this one. A queen. I really like how I made her hair. I posted this one on my Instagram. This says real alive mermaid. I thought this mermaid was kept prisoner by a circus or something like that. And here I was designing some potions for a really old video I put up on this channel. These were some ideas for last minute gifts for Christmas. I think I was trying to design this to put them on shirts or merchandise. This one too. I thought that it would be cute to have a little kitty coming out of a pocket. Some more watercolor experiments. A mermaid. I think this is the same mermaid of the start of the sketchbook, but I didn't color her in. Maybe I didn't like the face. Some watercolor splotches. I think I was struggling in this period because I didn't like the stuff that I was making. So here's a blank page. Some portrait studies. And this is me when I cosplayed Morgana. Other blank pages, fantastic. And this is the last one where I tried all the markers from Flying Tiger and see how they merge with each other, which they don't. But yeah, this is all for this sketchbook, and I hope you enjoyed this tour with me, and I hope I will see you in the next one. Bye!